Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another review of Arrtx markers, the Oros line, and their Arrtx marker sketch pad. So here I'm starting off with their Skintone 2.0 version. This is with the brush nib and the chisel nib, and this is their Oros line. This set is a complement to their first set. I think they released, it was the 36 skin tone set, and some people, our customers I should say, complained about not having enough variety in skin tones, which I agree. I found there was a lot of light skin tones and maybe two markers that were for more of like a tan skin tone. So it was really nice that they answered our call and came out with this 2.0 version. So a little bit about these markers. Right now they are on Arrtx for $19.99, which makes each marker about $1.66, and that's a little bit high. However, not the most expensive I've seen for markers. I tried searching on the US Amazon website and for some reason I couldn't find them, so I guess they're not selling them on Amazon right now. The first thing I noticed when I was swatching these colors was that 3 of these colors were very similar in tone, and that's 388, 389, and 387. And I swatched these colors on the Arrtx swatch sheet they provided. I swatched them on the marker pad. I also swatched these on mixed media paper, watercolor paper, the 100% cold press sketchbook I have, along with their thinner marker paper that they came out with last year. I think it's number 213, I believe. Otherwise, these markers are nice. I like the deeper skin tone, and they are a good supplement to the first set Arrtx released. Now moving on to the 90B Oros set. This is again a supplement to the 80A set that Arrtx came out with a while ago, and about 2 weeks ago they said the 80A 90B set and the 36 skin tone set were the complete set of colors that Arrtx has currently. However, about a week and a half ago, Arrtx came out with a new pastel set, and it's a 24-piece set that had all new colors. They did release a pastel set, and it was a 40-piece. However, if you already have the 80 and the 90, those pastels were already in that set. On Amazon, I found them for $72.99, making each marker about 81 cents. And then on the Arrtx website, about $63.99, but keep in mind that there's high shipping costs when you order through Arrtx. Now, the difference between the two sets is that the 90B has a lot more grays and a lot more pastels in this set, and fewer of the vivid colors, but there's still a good range of pinks and purples, greens and blues in this set. So it's your preference really. But for me, I do like the 90B set. The only issue I have with these markers is that there is a strong odor, and out of a lot of the marker brands I have tried, I would say Arrtx has the strongest alcohol smell, I should say. But after a while you do get used to it. And another thing, if I were to nitpick about, was that there are a few colors that are way too similar, and you know, I wish that you could see the variation a little bit better. For example, like the reds, there's like 3 or 4 reds that are very similar in tone and saturation, and then even a few pinks. But you know, I guess depending how you use them, you can think of it as having extra of the same color. Overall, this set is great. These markers are very good quality for a cheaper price. They're really good for blending. They hold a lot of ink or color in the marker well. And the brush nib is good as well. I would say they need to work on the brush nib just a little bit. But other than that, these markers are comparable to Ohuhu and a cheaper option to Copics. So here I want to show you guys some examples of how to use alcohol markers, or how they work with blending and making gradients, and then how to use the colorless blender. The first example, I chose 2 very different colors that are not easy to blend together, and I have to say it was a really good job. I really had to work at it, but I struggled, and I think I only struggled because I'm not used to marker paper. So I'm gonna jump ahead and talk about Arrtx sketch marker pad. So this marker pad you can find on Amazon, and I bought the 3-pack for $21.99. Otherwise, individual is $9.99. On their website, they said that the GSM for this paper, or the thickness, is 120 GSM, and it's an A4 size, which is roughly an 8.3 by 11.7 inch paper. So, like I said, I don't work on marker paper often. Actually, very rarely. So I usually use mixed media paper, very thick paper, things like papers like watercolor 100% cold press paper. So it's my fault for struggling in showing you guys a really good blending and grading technique on the marker paper. Anyways, moving on. The second example is a blue square, and I'm going to get back to that after I do this third example. For my third example, I decided to choose a certain color family and do a smooth gradient blend from dark to light. I purposely chose 2 of my tones to be cooler and then my mid-tone to be warmer, just so that you guys can see that you can really push these markers and you can still get a smooth blend no matter what marker brand you decide to go with. You just have to really work at it and know your art supplies. Anyways, I am really impressed with this marker paper the more that I work at it. I know it's not my favorite, but I know it'll be a fun time to explore this thinner marker paper. And I must say it held up really well because I work in layers. So to see about like 6 to 10 layers of markers on this paper and then turn it over and it didn't bleed through onto my desk was pretty surprising. So after this third example, I am going back to the blue square. I chose a deeply saturated color because I want to see how their colorless blender works in lifting or like moving the ink around. And honestly, it's not a surprise. It's pretty typical across all marker brands. The colorless blender did a good job lifting the color. So that was good. Anyways, guys, I think that's all I have to say about these markers and the marker paper from Arrtx. Again, this is a cheaper option, but still great quality if you guys are starting out. I highly recommend Arrtx, and whatever you guys decide to go with, I don't think you'll be disappointed. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll always get back to you guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, Doodle Fam, bye!